Hey guys, Monday on the turbo for a session today. So I've just finished my sprints, my warm up and my sprints. So that was 6 max seated sprints. Those felt better than last week. Last week on Thursday when I had my session, sprints weren't feeling great, and that was first session I was able to get done after crashing the bike and hurting my back a bit. As I'd skipped a session because just wasn't able to complete the sprints because of my back. But yeah, back's feeling good and sprint power's coming up, so that's good to see, positive. Spinning out the legs a bit now, and then I've got a 1 minute max test effort, 750 watts 4 weeks ago, so aim to go higher than that, aim to get close to 800, which I have done outdoors, did like 790 outdoors before. If I can get close to that, that'll be really good. Then after that, I've got more sprints, so 12 5-second sprints, and then I'll be doing my high torque work, which will be at 87 Newton meters, which is 410 watts, 45 RPM. Last session I did 3x3 minutes, but that was deload week. Session before it was 5x3 minutes, so I'll be trying to do 5x4 minutes, just increasing the time at that torque, you know. So see how that goes. That's not going to be easy. That's a lot of force through the pedals. But yeah, like I say, just spinning out for a little bit now, and then do this horrible anaerobic test effort and have my heart beating out my chest so it feels like it's here. Storm's passed as well, so I should be able to get out this week. Well, I royally fucked that one up. Yeah, tried the effort, felt like my resistance was too low, and ended up shifting to the middle cassette all the way to my biggest gear. Hang on a second, I need to hop off, I can't speak. It's like my legs don't work. Yeah, completely messed that one up because when I did it 4 weeks ago, because I'm controlling resistance from the kicker, I stuck it in the 40% resistance middle of the cassette, and I'm pretty sure that was fine. Maybe I shifted up a few gears, but today I did that, and the first 20 seconds I was shifting up, so I moved from the middle of the cassette to the 11, and the 11's not very efficient. It doesn't matter, but like I just noticed I'd run out of gears, and then about 40 seconds in, my cadence started dropping, my legs started feeling really heavy, and I'd been looking at my power and trying to stay around 800, and my power dropped, and then psychologically I was like, boom, gone. Why should I continue the effort if I'm not the right power? Which is silly because it doesn't matter. It's test effort. There's going to be fluctuations day to day, week to week. So pussying out was. Why am I going down a hill on my whoosh? What dumbass? Oh. What are you doing, broski? Just stop. I'm chilling. So yeah, I did 40 seconds and then gave up. And after that effort, it wasn't a max effort. It was 800 watts for 40 seconds and I hadn't emptied the tank. I'm like, well shit, I need to do it again, don't I? And I hadn't cooked myself, so I was able to do. But yeah, obviously it cooks you a lot, even though I wasn't completely dead like now. But so I did that second effort, and again, played it a bit more conservative, more like 750 watts. But after 40 seconds I just cracked again. And the legs just fell off, but finished the effort. Well, maybe not quite, probably did about 56 seconds of the minute and then completely collapsed. But yeah, that was just a bit stupid, just giving up, you know. I never do that. I'll always follow it through, even in my it's rough. But yeah, I just got too fixated on the power, and I was just like, oh, power's dropping, I'll stop. Which in hindsight is just stupid. I should have just kept going, because that first effort, no matter how much I dropped off, it was going to be better than that second one. Yeah, now my fucking legs are fried. My glutes so tight. Oh. Also, I think fueling messed me up a little bit, because normally for this session I start on liquids, I start on sugar water, and then for the last hour, 2 hours, I'd move to solid foods, my jam sandwiches, but when I've done that, it's not played very well with my stomach, starting on liquids and moving to solids. So I'm like, alright, I'll just go solids the whole way. But I did that minute effort like 40 minutes and then 45 minutes in. But I didn't want to have my first bit of food before that. Oh no, I feel sick. I didn't want to have the food. I thought, oh, I'll make it through it. But then it's in my head like, even though it's 45 minutes and I'm just using glycogen, I'm not using liver glycogen, I'm like panicking that I haven't eaten. So I did that first effort, had half a jam sandwich, and then did the minute effort. Oh my god, I feel awful. Oh, silly mistake. Chill out for a minute, get back on the bike and do my sprints. What a dickhead. I might get an upset stomach doing liquids during my anaerobic efforts, but at least I wouldn't feel sick. Yeah, I don't think I can do solids. Ugh, I feel horrible. Ugh, and I need to eat more, but I can't. Oh, this sucks. Feeling pretty rough, so I'm just going to spin out the legs until I stop feeling sick and I can start eating food again. So maybe half an hour zone 2, hopefully, and then I can crack on with the sprints and the high talk. But yeah, not getting the nutrition right today, but it's been worth experimenting with. Recovery power, zone 2 heart rate, high zone 2 heart rate. Right, thankfully feeling better. I'll be able to crack on with my sprints now. Fucking hell. On my lack. 12 by 5 seconds done. Stomach feeling a bit weird, but much better. Able to eat a little bit. So yeah, decently happy with those. Have a look at the data later. Spin the legs out for a minute and then have a go at the high torque work, see if I've got that in the legs today or not. No reason why not, to be honest. Like, so yeah, have a crack at it, try hard. Well, that was a rough session. Yeah, high torque wasn't great. I started with, so I was aiming for 5 by 4 minutes. Did the first rep at 4 minutes and it was hard work, but really hard work, but I got it done. And then the next one's like, I was capped at 3 minutes. Like, I was impressed to get 3 minutes, to be fair. So matching what I did like 2 weeks ago when I last had a proper high torque session with five sets. Struggling. And on that last one, I actually, Spiral of Doom got me about halfway through. So I ended up having about 10 seconds. It got me, and then I'm like, okay, I want to finish this rep. So I got back on top of the gear. And finished it off, did like 3 minutes 20, probably a 10-second rest in the middle, so easier than a 3-minute effort, but about 3 minutes of work done at my target Newton meters 87. Things weren't in my favour today, I'll be honest. Got a plethora of excuses. I mean, I'm like 2 hours 40, 2 hours 45 into the session now, and like normally I'll have completed everything within the 2 hours, but fucking up that 1 minute test effort, and then having to do basically like two hard efforts, that really cooked me, obviously, and I haven't been able to eat properly, struggling to digest solid food during those really hard efforts at the start. So yeah, it took me a while to get back on top of that, so it's just been a longer ride in general, like more kilojoules spent before getting to the high torque work. So it's not too surprising I struggled. So maybe feeling a bit fresh. I mean, I'm nice and recovered, but maybe just a bit fresh for this session, you know, after the rest week. But yeah, all good. Means I took my rest week seriously and actually gave myself some room for recovery. Got another session on Friday, so I'll again aim for 5 by 4 minutes at 87 Newton meters and see if I can manage that. Thinking forward, maybe my progression scheme to increase the torque is too difficult for me, but there's ways I can manipulate that to progressively overload in different ways. Like, rather than aiming to get to 5 by 5 minutes at X Newton meters, I could instead just increase the reps I'm doing. So if 3 minutes is my cap, then then I can move up from 5 by 3 minutes to 6 by 3 minutes up to 7 by 3 minutes, and then maybe I can do 5 by 4 minutes sort of thing. That sort of thing. It's all good. Just continue. Find different ways to get better. Right, actually eat something now and top up to just over 3 hours and then hop off. Also started an hour later than usual because I was replying to an email. Excuse number 57? There we go, that'll do me. Hey guys, it's Tuesday, out on the bike for 4 hours zone 2 today, about halfway in. Very windy, cold, nice and dry, nice clear day for it, so yeah, good to be getting out doing some zone 2, you know. First time outside on the bike in like 10 days since the crash, and yeah, just like bits of wet road, and I'm like, I just don't trust the grip in my tyres at the moment. Like, I've got gator skins, and yeah, I don't know if it's the tyres or quite what. I mean, they're not worn, like they're well before the wear mark. They look absolutely fine, but they are a slick tyre, and they should be fine. They're absolutely fine in the dry, I think, but maybe in the wet they're not so good. But then also my confidence is just like gone whoop. So like I'm not. It's just gonna take a while to get used to cornering again, I think, to be out. I mean, most of it's just pretty straightforward straight lines, so still getting good training in. So yeah, crack on with it. Steed. On to the final hour now. Yeah, another hour to go, 50 minutes or so. Toes are pretty cold. Definitely wear overshoes tomorrow. That was a mistake from today, but yeah, it's cold, it's windy, but yeah, good to be out. Woo. Tapper. There we go, bish bash bosh. Very nice, sir. Rear brake all seized up during my ride today, so took it all apart, serviced it, like re-greased everything, so that's working nice and snappily now, so pop that back on the bike. I'll have a rear brake tomorrow. Morning guys, it's Wednesday. On the turbo for like 40 minutes this morning, just warming up my legs. Actually going to a place called Catesby, go to the Catesby tunnel, which is this repurposed Victorian railway tunnel they use for aero testing of cars, motorbikes and bicycles. Meeting up with these guys from a company called Body Rocket and doing some aero testing with them. So that'll be exciting. Thought it was next week, to be honest, but it's today. So cracking on with this stuff in the morning, getting the legs warmed up, getting some volume in the legs. Give myself like 2 hours to get everything ready. Then it's like a 2 hour drive down there. Get there in plenty of time. So yeah, need to shave the legs, get all my kit with me, bring my TT bike as a reference. I'll be riding their bike, got their Aero system set up on it, so that'll be really fun. And I've set across all my measurements, so we'll be replicating the sort of position I have on my Sabello. Want to make sure the legs are still working, so just getting a spin in the morning, and then, like I say, make the drive down there, and hopefully the legs are all right to do some testing at race speed. It's only like a 2 kilometre stretch that I need to hold for, so that's like at 50k an hour, that's like 2.4 minutes, so 2.5 minutes of getting up to speed, a bit over 2.5 minutes maybe per run, and yeah, 400 watts or even higher, that should be absolutely fine. 6 or 7 repeat runs, even though I'm far from peak form, doing those short repeats should be good. Still fueling properly. Popped off now. A couple of sprints there just to get the legs feeling activated and ready to go. Gonna have to hop in the shower and shave my legs. This has been like the longest I've gone without shaving my legs. Just like after the season ended, I haven't needed to shave them because I've not been racing. Yeah, they haven't been this long in a while. Bare legs, but yeah, for me they are very hairy boys. No more. Right, it's 12 o'clock, just about to head off to Catesby Tunnel. Yeah, it feels a bit like a TT because I got the bike in the car as a. I'm going to be riding their Trinity, but they want it as a reference to have a look and make sure we get it set up properly. But yeah, feels a bit weird in December, but yeah, be good fun. Get some good testing done.
Bike on board.
I've arrived. Just over around about 2 hour drive there. Yeah, lost loads of time on the M1 with the congestion at the 50 mile an hour zone, but that happens, and then made the time back up. So yeah, here at 10 past, so plenty of time to get ready. Hour and 20 before our session starts. Based on all done now. That was an interesting session. Yeah, it took a while to get the hang of it, to be honest. Like, we kind of had a plan of well, I guess I got the wrong impression of what I needed to be doing, and my speed wasn't. Well, there was too much variation in my speed for the first few runs. But yeah, we were doing like testing a couple of helmets, so the Cask Mistral, my Met Drone, and then this other helmet, HJC. My speed was fluctuating too much for those runs, so we went back to basics and started doing full runs of so this tunnel is like 2.7 kilometers long. Start off with, we were just doing like 1 kilometer out and backs, and then decided that okay, needed to redo the runs, trying to get a better a more consistent run. So when my pace was more consistent, and yeah, did that. So I did full runs of the tunnel, so it's like 2.5 kilometers basically, all the way to the end and then back. And my speed, I picked a speed of speed out, speed back, because slight decline on the way out. So I was doing like 44k an hour on the way out, 42 on the way back, and did that for like the next 3 runs. So we did my Met Drone with the Rule 28 skin suit I've been using this season, then moved across to the no pin skin suit, hypersonic skin suit, and did a run with that, and also my Met Drone. And then from the original testing, we found that it looked like the Cask Mistral was maybe faster than the Met Drone. So for the final run, it was the hypersonic skin suit with the Cask Mistral, and yeah, so quite hard work, to be honest. I think I didn't have power on my screen, but I was like pushing hard to do that, because it was very cold and wet in that tunnel. So like pedaling through treacle. I wasn't on like some crazy bike. It was this bike that's set up so that it can be adjusted really well. So they got the fit of essentially the fit of my Cervelo. But it wasn't like a crazy TT bike, and it had some like really slow tires on it for whatever reason. But yeah, it is what it is. That's my excuse for why I was going so slow. But yeah, it was good testing. And the guy who I was doing it with, this guy Barney, he's working with you. He started working with UNOX, so this testing was partly with UNOX. So it's this company Body Rocket that has the Aero sensor, and then it's also in collaboration with UNOX. So the UNOX guys are going to be looking at the data that I generated. So we'll see about that. But they also gave me a goodie bag at the end. So got a couple of bidons and stuff like that. They just gave that to me in the car park, a couple of tyres. So head home now. Try and avoid the M1 if possible. I actually need to have something to eat. Have something proper to eat. I was sipping on sugar water, but yeah, have something to eat. Good learning experience. Good first time to do that sort of thing. Tired, but I'm home. Why on earth the M1 is congested and disgusting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's fine at 6 o'clock? Don't you guys have jobs? I'm unemployed. I'm an entrepreneur. There's a reason for me to be on the road at midday. The amount of cars on the road at midday, I don't get it. It's ridiculous. But it was fine on the way back when you'd expect it to be rush hour. So it's like fair enough, and I needed it. I needed to just stick on the M1 because I'm so tired. Yeah, legs are kind of cooked. Get in, go to bed. Been a couple of shorter nights sleep compared to my 10 hours plus average from last week. Good stuff. No pin skin suit and the Cask Mistral is probably the way to go. Further testing required. Have a look-sees at my UNOX swag bag. Got 2 Schwalbe tyres, but one of them seems like it might be, they seem really wide. This one seems like it might be like a 30 or a 32. And this one seems mega wide. It doesn't say anywhere on them how wide they are. Maybe this one's like hopefully this is like a 32 and this is a 30, and then I might be able to just about squeeze it on one of my bikes, but might be a bit wide. Some nutrition stuff. I guess this is a nutrition sponsor. Elite Health Span. Not sure. Probably a couple of gels in there. It's quite a nice bead on. Another one. It's like a shaker flask. Slightly different bead on. I don't know why this one's different, but yeah, cool. Silly hat and cards for all of them, all the boys. No Joss. There we go. Silly hat acquired. Hey guys, it's Thursday. Big long day in the tunnel yesterday. Got a recovery race today, so just doing an hour in turbo. Not a huge amount of riding, but the riding I was doing in the tunnel was relatively hard, so yeah, definitely needed a rest day today. And my sleep hasn't been so good for the past few days. So slept well last night, and yeah, ready for another session tomorrow. Normal rest day shenanigans, cracking on with my other errands. On brand, on point. I'm affiliated. Not really. Brand ambassador. Hey guys, it's Friday. On the turbo for a session today, so got my sprints and high torque work to be cracking on with. Just finished my sprint, so that was 6 max seated sprints and then 12 max seated 5-second sprints. It's feeling good, so spinning the legs out a little bit now and then crack on with the high torque work. Again, in this session I'm going to be aiming for 5x4 minutes at 87 Newton meters. Basically did 5x3 minutes for the past few sessions, so trying to bump it up to 5x4. But it is difficult, so I'll see how I do. If I can continue struggling at this volume, then probably add another set. Do 6x3 minutes, 7x3 minutes, and then try and move up to 5x4. But yeah, still optimistic. See if I can get the 5x4 done today. Crack on. Oh, put myself in the box to try and get that done. So I was aiming for 5x4 minutes at 87 Newton meters, which is 45 RPM, 410 watts. So managed the first 3 sets, managed 4 minutes, but it was biting, and then tried that 4th set, got about a minute in and died. Gave myself a rest and managed to do 2x3 minutes, so it was 4, 4, 4, 3, 3. Improvement on previous session. Like I say, it's clearly getting harder to overload now, so I'm going to have to experiment with different ways of making it harder. But last session I did 4, 3, 3, 3, 3. Today was 4, 4, 4, 3, 3. So next session I'll try and do 5x4 again, but then I think after that I'll be trying something else, 6x3, 7x3 sort of thing, to try and overload that way. But yeah, good stuff. Still happy with that. Hard work. Whew. Finally get to spin zone 2 now. Thank God. Good session there. There we go. 3 hours. Bish bash bosh. Hey guys, Saturday. Feeling pretty rough. I went to... Hello. Went to the gym after my session on the bike yesterday. Wasn't really feeling up for the gym, but I mean it was on the cards, so I went to the gym and just warming up. Ended up straining my upper back. Like put 70 kg on the bar for a front squat and just standard sort of warm up, and yeah, just a couple reps, and then for some reason my back strained. I was doing some overhead stretches with a band that was a bit more resistance than the one I normally warm up with, because I left it at home. But yeah, it was a really strange one. I was able to do like a bunch of accessories during the session, but I binned off the front squats and the on the bike sprints. So I still got a good session in, but then over the course of the evening, like my back got really sore and slept really poorly last night. Just wasn't able to get sleep. Back's starting to feel slightly better, but it's still really stiff and really struggling with movement. So I'm gonna see if I can ride on the turbo today, but if I can't ride on the turbo, I won't be surprised if it's too painful. In which case I'll just try and get some sleep during the day,
and yeah, try and get this, because it's probably just going to be a muscular thing. But yeah, it's a really weird one because like normally I just throw 70 kg on the bar as my warm up. I actually did a few reps with 60, and then that was fine. Went up to 70, and yeah, really strange one. So it's not like I just did something stupid. It was very mundane thing to happen. Warmed up properly, but yeah, you got to deal with it, you know. I'll see if I can get on the turbo now. So the only thing out of the ordinary I did was doing this stretch. So this overhead stretch, but I left this band at home, so I had to use a higher resistance one that they had at the gym, and I was doing it a little bit, but I wasn't pushing it because I literally couldn't. This one's really stretchy, and I literally couldn't do it, hardly anything, and then go onto front squats. It's putting a fair bit of strain on your upper back, and yeah, something went, and my whole like rib cage just feels completely wrong. Like even breathing too heavily is like uncomfortable, but I don't know.
Right, been on the bike for 2 hours, low zone 2, and yeah, my back's not feeling great, but I mean, it feels, compared to just like sitting down or lying down around the house, just riding the bike, it feels better. So I don't know if that's just it getting better during the day, or if blood flow's getting to it and recovering a little bit, but this 2 hours hasn't taken much out of me, so I'm glad I ended up getting something done. It was a nice day, but wasn't just going to power through and do my intended 4 hours zone 2 outdoors. That would have been silly because I don't know how the back's going to hold up. I want to be able to get off and stretch if I need to. Like I say, don't mind the turbo, so and it's good for situations like this where it's not an injury, but I'm a bit unsure about how I'm going to be, so playing it safe and just tapping away indoors, nice and safe. Very cold as well, so maybe there'd even be ice, but yeah, 2 hours now. I was originally planning Saturday, Sunday, 4 hours, 4 hours. That would have taken me to like 21 hours for the week, but I'm not going to hit that. So 2 hours was fine today. See if I can do 3 hours tomorrow, and then that'll be like 17 and a half, 18 hours for the week. So still a decent bunch of training, but then hopefully giving myself that rest to sort out my back. And I got a rest day on Monday, so yeah, all good. Only one more week at the Sheffield Uni gym, and then I'll be doing training indoors. So like a day like yesterday where I wasn't up for the session, I can just either really easily just push it back, and yeah, I'm also going to be manipulating the gym volume and toning that down a little bit. Ending the week with like 3 hours zone 2 on the turbo. Again, just doing it inside because my back's got better. Obviously hurt my back Friday night. Back was really bad Friday night, and Saturday really stiff. Getting better over the course of Saturday, and then today continuing to feel better, but still not brilliant. Safest to just be on the turbo so I can hop off, stretch out whenever needed. Just tapping away at 90, 100 RPM is very different to actually doing the hills outside in Sheffield, which might be more stressful. 3 hours, so be about 18 hours total for the week, which is down from expected, but adjusting based on the issue I had. Then I got a rest day tomorrow, so hopefully can feel back to normal and then continue as planned with the training. What's good is both today and yesterday, I'd say my back feels better after the ride than compared to when I started. Just like lying down and sitting down, there's a fair bit of strain in that upper back, but being on the bike, like, I don't know if it's just getting the blood flow going or what, but generally feeling better. So go to sleep, then it'll get stiff again, but I need to get the sleep to actually recover, so